Hey everybody, and thanks for tuning in to another Unreal Engine asset review. Today we're going to be looking at the RPG Engine version 2. This is the newest one with the vehicle update, and to be honest, I haven't heard about this one until recently, and I just started working with it for probably about a week just to learn all the systems before I decided to jump in and make a review on it. I have some things I really like about it, and maybe one or two things that I would change. Not so much a game or a deal breaker, but maybe one or two things. As always, this is an honest review of how I feel about the product. I'm not paid or sponsored by anybody from Unreal or any of these developers. This is strictly my own opinions. And as always, that's the way it's going to be for any of these reviews. So if it's good, I'm going to tell you it's good in my opinion. If it's bad, I'm going to say it's bad. So let's jump right into it. So, first thing I want to talk about is the documentation on this. Documentation is fantastic. This may be one of the most inclusive documentations I've read. Everything I wanted to do with this template, pretty much within reason, has been covered in here. And you can tell that the development team has really put the time and effort into making sure that everything that you could want to do in this is very well covered into the documentation. A lot of times I've had problems with other templates uh, not helping the community entirely or being toxic to them or just not replying whatsoever is the biggest thing. However, the documentation, like I said, it covers everything. But this developer, I've emailed back and forth on some things multiple times, and they've gotten back to me within a day, sometimes within an hour, sometimes within minutes. So far so good, fantastic, and the Discord community is really good as well. And I'm just going to take a look. There is a roadmap on this of things they want to accomplish, and they've added a lot of different things. We'll go through that in a second. I'm not into really showcasing the entire demo map. You guys can go do that on your own time, but I'll go through a couple things that I like about it. So he was looking to integrate advanced sessions. I have to check into this because I've done this one already, so I may throw a tutorial out or talk to the developer about it. Uh, I've already done this with the template. Super easy. Well, not super easy, but it's not the hardest thing in the world to do. I'll probably jump in with a tutorial maybe after I make this review. And the gas thing, I may do this as well if that's not already done. That's probably what I will do. So I'll probably handle these two as well with a tutorial next up. I'll have to check with him and see if he's already done it. So I don't want to do it twice. But that's just sorry to ramble on there. Just taking a look. And yeah, so let's jump right into it. So I want to talk about first thing I want to tell you guys is the menu system that's built into this. I really like, and I've bought another GUI menu system that it cost quite a bit of money. It was like $60 or $80, maybe Canadian, and it was basically the same style as this, but this may even be cleaner. So you're getting a really solid menu system, and it all ties in really well together. I still recommend, of course, switching it out when you make your game. You don't want to be an asset flipper, but maybe you do. You just want to use this. But yeah, it's a very fantastic looking menu, and it all ties together really nicely in game as well. So I'm going to load the features map up. The one thing I like about this is the amount of detail that the developer and the development team has put into this template. So good. So many features, little features. I'm not going to get into them all, but as you walk through this demo map on your own time, as you look at the video, you'll see they really thought of almost everything that you could ever want in a game. There's all kinds of ammo types, gun types, attachments. That's the biggest one is the attachments, and I really like the attachment system. We'll get to that in a second. But you can see like they even thought into the fine details of like the bullets ricocheting off the wall. There's different surface types, bullet drops. I'm not going to spend much time because I don't want to ramble on. That's not what the reviews are about. This is what I wanted to talk about. It's a loadout system. It's really cool. You can customize the weapons. I'm probably going to throw a blueprint error because I don't know if I have all that stuff, but that's fine. And the clothing system. Another thing is this template is set up for the metahumans. It's fantastic. If you're working with a realistic looking game, this is already for you. And the retargeter is already built in. If you want to use the Unreal Engine 4 mannequin instead, There's a retargeter already in this project. I just want to double check and make sure I'm not lying to you, but I believe it is. And then you can just customize your character. They have a full customization character screen, and again, beautiful GUI on this. It looks really nice. Also, they have status effect stuff. Like they have a helmet here that has status effect things. Take a look at that. Same as the headphones, or the active headset. So for the flashbangs, countering, goggles, gas mask, of course, for poisonous gas. So that it's all full status effect type things. You can make your own type things as well. Sure. And this is all data driven from what I can tell. Everything is in like data assets, which makes it really efficient. It really does follow best procedures and practices. And there's also a vehicle system, which we'll get into in a minute as well. That's blueprint interface driven, which is really nice. And there's melee weapons, so if you were into making like a melee weapon or even, sorry, even a medieval type thing, you could easily do that. And there's a nice climbing system. Other assets I've worked with that had climbing built in has been a nightmare. I pointed it out with another one of these templates, and because I could clip through the walls after I did this type of thing, and I went through the map. I tried this for like 20 minutes trying to clip through things, and this doesn't do it. So fantastic work on the climbing. It really works nicely. They have nice little code. I don't know what this is. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I've done it. Yes. They have all kinds of different doors. There's a ladder system, which is really nice as well. This is all replicated. I've bought ladder systems in the past. I think it was by Dead Pixel. Yeah, I bought Dead Pixel's ladder system, and I think that was probably around. I don't even want to give you a price, but it was quite expensive. But this is included in the template, so you get that for what's included. It's really nice to have the climbing, the ladder system, and all this stuff built in. There's a skill tree, which is really nice as well. There's just so many features. You really got to go through this. You can tell so much time and work went into this to combine all these systems, and they combine really well. Really well with each other. I want to exit out and go back to the vehicle system. Knew that was going to do that with the skins because I didn't have them. I think the vehicles are behind me. And they also added vendors as well, which is really nice. Skill tree, these are the vendors. And trade with them. And again, the GUI on this is beautiful. You can almost drop your own items in here and just work off of this, of course. And really prototype a game really quickly. Multiplayer replicate it. Hunger and thirst bars. I usually disable those, but it's really nice to have them, especially in like a survival type setting. So really nice. The map system is nice as well. Quest stuff is on there. Characters, point of interest, new locations. Really nice as well. GUI is nice. Crafting is here. Full crafting menu. Your skill tree is here. Really nice. Kind of reminds me of like a Dying Light style thing. Really cool. Crafting. All that is built in. It's cool if you want to have like with these camera systems, like the sneak mode type thing. You can add events onto this when triggered type stuff. The vehicles have fuel system. The other thing about the vehicle system, it's kind of set up like I guess like Grand Theft Auto. This one doesn't do it, but he's working on some of this stuff. Takes this one for a drive really quick, but he's working on the stuff like this one doesn't do it like I mentioned, but the animations. Like you could take this and animate the door and stuff, but he has it set up in such a way that you could take the animation and just drop it in there and animate your vehicle for the door to open and stuff. Really nice. These guys are set up to run over, which is really cool. Yeah, all in all, this is a really, really inclusive template. I'm not doing it a whole lot of justice by showing you the features. You really got to dive in yourself. But if you guys are looking for an RPG template that has almost everything you could ever need, especially like a Grand Theft Auto type thing or anything really. You could make medieval game. You could almost do like a any kind of game with this RPG based. Yeah, overall, I really like it. There's blocking system. And the debug mode is incredible. When you press 1, there's a little debug mode. You can go through stuff here, like your movement. This would be handy if you're doing some vehicle stuff where you want to make new vehicles and prototype things and get the acceleration and do all that type of thing. Really nice. Trajectory. You can turn all these things on for your bullets. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. So, let's talk about how this stacks up against some of the competition. And as you guys know, I own quite a bit of different RPG templates. I don't even know if this is going to bring them all up, but we've done reviews here on all kinds of them. Yeah, I have Easy Survival RPG. So these are kind of two different things, so it's not so much unfair to talk about both in a competition, but I like working with real characters that are rigged to the Unreal Mannequin because this one is not. They do have a pack when you're verified where you can drop it in and it'll be the UE4 mannequin. I don't know if they have the 5 yet, but overall, I've had kind of a mid experience with Easy Survival RPG. I do like this one better. And as I said before, I haven't really heard about this one until recently. It is still fairly new, but I'm glad that I found it to check this out because I'm sure you guys are going to love this as well. And I think it's going to really take off in the coming months, especially if the dev keeps on track with all the things that he's been doing. So, where did that go? Threw me out of my library. And the other biggest competitor, I think, is going to be Modern RPG. Is it? Is it though? I don't think it should. This is probably the closest thing to it, but in my opinion, I'm not going to spend too much time on that. But you can look at the other reviews and the videos I've done on this. This is just glitchy. The developer doesn't listen to us as a community. The developer doesn't put anything new out for tutorials. Just don't. If you're thinking about getting this one or the new RPG engine, just stay away from this one. I wouldn't even touch it. I wouldn't even touch it. Irrelevant. I'm closing that out. It's irrelevant. So if you're thinking about getting one, this is the one to get. And I'm not paid to say this stuff. This just works. So let's talk about. Oh, sorry, that cut out for. Let's talk about one of the things that I would change about this because there is some things, but they're not deal breakers by any stretch. The biggest one, and probably the only one that bugs me that when I was working with this, is the spawning situation. I would probably make a spawner on some of these AI. If you go to parent class, and you guys can do this, and it's a good practice to do this probably on all of your games. Is to make a spawner system on your NPCs, and to be honest, I can see why they didn't include this. I mean, there's a bunch of them on the marketplace, and they probably will in the future. I haven't brought this up to the developer, but what I would recommend is some kind of spawning system on them. So like within proximity, they spawn in like a world spawner type thing. Because even on the demo map, it gets out of control for performance, which is fine because this is just showcasing all the stuff. I understand that this is not really meant to be performant in the demo showcase map because I mean they just want to show you all the systems, but there's a lot of things running, a lot of things going on. So everything is spawned in on the map when you first start, all the NPCs. So I would probably make it more optim. I'm an optimization freak, so I love optimization. So I would probably make more optimization changes to the template when, especially surrounding NPCs, because they can get expensive. So I would probably make some kind of spawner system. Maybe it does it, and I just didn't see it. That's possible too. Maybe these are efficient, but I think for the most part, no spawner on them. Check this. I'm gonna check. I want to see if it's rendering them all. Maybe it isn't. I could be lying, but I'm not going to edit it. No, so all of the AI is rendered in right now. So yeah, they don't spawn out based on proximity. That's the only thing that I would change. I know they're all there. Yeah. And I've made a blank level as well. This isn't an issue. This is just because it's a demo level. You can make this so efficient that it'll run better than anything. To put that in perspective, Easy Survival RPG on this computer right now on Unreal Engine 5.4 runs at like 28 FPS, and I'm on a 4060 i7 uh, 12th gen. So yeah, this one runs way more efficiently than Easy RPG already, and Easy RPG has spawning systems. So this isn't a deal breaker. So that's the only thing overall that I would change about the template. Everything else is so inclusive. There's so many tiny details you guys really have to check out. I highly recommend this. I give this a solid 9.9 out of 10. And like I said, the one thing I don't like that I would change is really irrelevant in the grand stage of things. So again, I'm really glad that I got to check this out, picked it up, and I'm sure you guys will be more than happy with the purchase too. I would definitely always give you guys the most honest opinion of what I see about the template, and if something changes in the future, I'll make an updated one, and I'll tell you guys how I feel about the update. As we done with the modern RPG, I did kind of a little review on that. I don't remember what version, maybe version 4. And then I waited and I gave feedback on version 5. And I said, maybe they'll fix it. And then they came out with, I think it was 6. I said, we'll finally review it again. And it was just full of bugs and it was just a hot mess. So I'll do the same with this. Maybe I'll give it another revision. And then if things change, I'll do another review. But as of right now, this is just fantastic as it is. I would have no problem. And I'm probably going to work with this. And I'm going to do tutorials. I'll probably do integrations for this and probably help the developer and the community as much as I can because I do a lot of optimization. I do a lot of integration work. So I think I mentioned it earlier in this video, but I'm probably going to do the advanced sessions thing, the integration video, because I already did put advanced sessions into this. So I'll probably do a little integration video on that next if the developer hasn't, as well as I think the roadmap had the ALS stuff. Not ALS, the GASP stuff. Yeah. Yeah, he had the GASP stuff. So I'll probably tackle these two things if he hasn't already done it. So I'll probably reach out to him after this video launches. And I will ask if he done these two things. And if not, I probably will have a video out later today or this week covering these two topics. Not so much the ALS overlay, but definitely the GASP and the advanced sessions. So hopefully this helps you guys if you're thinking about picking this up. Hopefully it helps you in making your decision. And if you have any questions for me, I will be more than honest with you. Leave them in the comments. Reach out to me on my Discord. We're always in there. I think 12 hours a day or something or more. So I'm thankful for all of you guys watching, all the new members in our Discord, and anybody who recently subscribed. Stay tuned. Looking forward for you guys to be part of our community. So thanks for checking this out. I'm sure you'll make a fantastic choice if you pick this one up, and you'll be happy with it. So I'll see you guys on the next one.